Hey guys, it's Carissa with Anchor Link Melting Co. and Everly. I wanted to tell you guys about an exciting change that's coming from my business. So, I know a lot of my people here are newer and you don't really know me yet. Or maybe you do and you've been following me along, but whatever. So I can let you know where I've been, bye, who I am, and that kind of thing. Let's rewind. So, I am Carissa. I am originally from Rhode Island, so if I drop my R's occasionally, that's why. I also am a Navy wife. We currently are based in Washington State, but we are about to move. I'm not telling you where yet, just because, you know, security reasons, and we're waiting for final paperwork and that kind of thing, and I don't want to jinx it. But I'm excited. All I'll say is it's across the country. So, I started doing this because I have 4 little girls and I have been a stay-at-home mom for God, like 6 years now. And as you can imagine, in that time, you begin to lose yourself, and I could tell you more about my family than I could me. So I decided, hey, I've always loved candle making, so let me try it and see how much I like it. What's happening? Oh my goodness, do you want me to pick you up again? Yeah. Being a mom is always my first priority, obviously, which is why I began to lose myself in every way. But there's okay, it's so worth it. So I decided that I was going to take up candle making because it always held my interest. I always loved candles. I would love to go shopping for candles. I was always intrigued by making candles, but I never took the time to try it. So finally I said, I need something for me. Let me try and see how candle making goes. So I ended up liking candle making a lot. However, I'm a super creative person, and I felt like there's got to be more than putting wax and fragrance oil together and pouring it in a jar. So I discovered making my own concrete vessels, which I'll show you here in a minute. I love it. It is therapeutic. It gets me out of the house for a little bit while I mix it up, because obviously you can't mix it in your living space because ew. And you don't want your kids or anyone breathing that in. But the other thing is I also discovered blending fragrances. And that I have a ball with, because I'm able to make something that's unique to me and my brand without, I don't know, spending a ton of money. Because if you find the right fragrance companies and you find the right things to blend, you don't need to do too much and go crazy. But it was so fun because I got to exercise my creative brain and get it going. So once I discovered blending fragrances and I discovered the concrete jars, it kind of changed the game for me and made me say, hey, I can make this a business, right? So when I first started concrete candle making, I got hooked on the idea that you can customize so many things. What is that? Okay, there we go. So I got hooked on the fact that I could customize my jars to my scents, which is super fun. And I love the creativeness, but it's not realistic to help me grow. So I started my business in April, and I started with making 8 scents, to give you an idea. And I don't really have an exact number of scents that I am working on at any given time. I kind of just like grab a bunch and test a bunch, and whatever works works and whatever doesn't. And maybe that's not the best business practice, but we're learning as we go. So I'll give you an example of some jars that I've done. This is my county fair candle. This is, oops. This is one of the jars that I did for Christmas time. It looks more blue on the screen, but it is green, I promise. Red and gold marbled in. These are one of my favorite kind of jars to do, is the marble jar. And then I have another summer one to show you. This one is watermelon lemonade, and it's got the greens and the pinks and the silvers. These are just mine left over that I keep. That's why it's a little dirty. But anyway, so what I learned and what I'm learning is that it's not so much very feasible and realistic for me to think that I can customize every single jar for every single scent, unfortunately. So with that being said, I've decided that it's now time for me to go ahead and change gears and streamline a little bit and start doing one signature jar that best fits my brand. So enter in this pretty girl. So I'm doing a white and gray marble with teal paint in it. Each jar is still different. Each jar is still unique, but I use the same formula for every single jar. What I will say is that some are a little more blue than others because after you make so many, the teal dyes the white a little bit. So, and that's why I love concrete candle making, is because each jar is unique to its customer when it arrives. And I kind of feel like it's like Christmas when you receive my candles, because you open it, you don't know which jar you got, because the jar photographed is not always the jar that you're going to get. You're always going to get a jar that has the, you know, colors and that kind of thing in the picture, but each jar is unique. And I could make the same batch 100 times, use the same proportions, and they're always different. And that's what's so cool about it, is, you know, its uniqueness, and it makes it really special. I did choose this look because I feel like it best fits my brand. And I'm not saying that there's not going to be new looks, or I may change the colors down the road, but for now, this is what fit best. So if you do shop on Friday, because I am dropping some new scents, they will be in these jars minus one of the jars. Also, I am still planning on doing specific jars to scents for markets, potentially. It just depends, because my market inventory and my online inventory are not the same thing. However, I don't know. I'm not promising, but I will tell you that if you're coming on Saturday's market, I am doing different jars than these. They are all custom to their scent, and there's some really pretty ones. I have some black ones with some rose gold and all sorts of stuff. So if you're local to Anacortes, then come on down and see me on Saturday. It's from 10 to 3 at the Depot. I'm really excited about it. I've wanted to get into a Creative Avenue event since, I want to say like a year ago, maybe even longer than that. I've gone several times as like a patron, and they are just like, the vibe is so great, and all the customers it brings in are amazing, and the vendors are great people. And I have a lot of friends there now that vend too, and I'm excited to see them. But yeah, so I think I'm going to conclude this video here, and I hope that you guys will follow me along and like and subscribe, and I hope that as time goes on, these videos get a little bit easier, less chaotic, and that we see a lot of growth. That's my goal this year, is a lot of growth. That's why I started this channel, because I want to kind of get my name out there and to show everybody where I'm at and what I'm doing. So, I hope you guys have a great time.